pride and making me blue. I'm telling you, my friend, it's got to be the end with you. I told you time and time again. You told me you were just a friend. But I found out some way. I've seen him every day with you. 'Cause you never treat me tenderly. You got no reason for leaving me. 'Cause I can leave you alone.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my tutorial on how to install, create, and host a Windows server. Warning: be very careful when hosting servers, as it can be much more stressful than you may think. You're also going to need a decent enough PC to do what we're going to do throughout this tutorial. Anything less than a 60GB memory on your computer, well, I speak from experience. So before we start, we're going to need some software and files for our show. To start off, we need Oracle VM VirtualBox for all your virtual machinery needs. You can install a VirtualBox for your machine using this link I will link in the description. And for the magic to happen, we're going to need a Windows Server ISO and an ISO for another Windows operating system, which you're going to have to find by asking someone nicely. Warning: I'd highly recommend the Windows Pro version, but by any means, do not get a Windows Home ISO. Home versions do not allow you to join domains, which will give you massive headaches in the future. With VirtualBox installed and our ISOs in hand, let's begin the magic. Firstly, let's get a Windows server ready. To do that, let's click on New at the top of the window and select our ISO image. You can see my previous ISO selections at the bottom over here, but there's a good chance you won't. So let's click Other and select our Windows Server ISO. Let's give it a name. And for this case, we're going to click the Skip Unattended Installation checkbox. Click Next when you're done. Now we're at the hardware section, the big test of your own system. For base memory, I heavily encourage you to not go over at least a third of your own computer's memory, especially since we're going to have to do this twice. Since I have 16GB, for my recording's sake, I'm just going to leave it at 2GB and have my processors as 1. And now for storage. Again, don't go over what you already have on your own computer. But 50GB seems a little too much for me, so I'm going to give it around 32GB. Check out our summary for a little bit. And we're done setting up our server. But before we start, we're going to need to do one more thing for our machine. So let's head to Settings, Network, and change the options from Attached to NAT to Host Only Adapter. Open Advanced and set this mode to allow all. Now we're ready to start up our machine and begin the installation of our server. Installing Windows Server is pretty straightforward. Accept the license terms, click the custom option, and choose our hard drive. And now we wait. Once you see this screen, make a memorable password for your OS, then click finish. Do remember to write it down somewhere. You're gonna have to input Ctrl or D to get past the lock screen, but doing so with your own keyboard will not be so efficient. So click on Input on our top ribbon here, go to Keyboard, then insert Ctrl or D. Retype the password you just made. Our server is finally ready. We don't need to do anything on it right now, just shut it down and start setting up our client machine. Our client is the other Windows ISO we downloaded, and I'll be referring to it as the client from now on. So let's select it after we click New and set it up. This time, skip unattended installation is optional, but it's a little easier to set up when we leave it as unchecked for now. This adds a default guest user to our client OS, which you can edit the username and password of right here. I'll just leave it as is, so it's pretty easy to remember and continue. From here we just continue setting it up, the same way we did for our server. And it will automatically boot up once we're done. Wait again for our client to install Windows. And that's that. Let's shut down our client and edit the network settings the same way we did for our server. And that's a wrap. We successfully installed both our server and client machines, and they're ready for use. Which brings us to the end of this tutorial. If you're satisfied with this tutorial, make sure to leave a like and maybe subscribe if you like doing those kind of things. No pressure. And I'll see you in the next video.